The Taliban is a fundamentalist Sunni Islamic militant group that emerged in the early 1990s in Afghanistan. The group was formed by Afghan fighters who had been trained and armed by Pakistan's intelligence agency, the Inter-Services Intelligence (ISI), during the Soviet-Afghan War in the 1980s. The Taliban's ideology is based on a strict interpretation of Islamic law, and their ultimate goal is to establish an Islamic emirate in Afghanistan. The group gained control of most of the country in the late 1990s and implemented a harsh version of Islamic law, including the banning of music, television, and other forms of entertainment, as well as the suppression of women's rights and education. The Taliban's leadership was dominated by men, and their ranks were filled with fighters from various ethnic groups in Afghanistan. The group's founder, Mullah Muhammad Omar, was a cleric from the Pashtun ethnic group, which is the largest in Afghanistan and also the group that has traditionally held political power. Other prominent Taliban leaders included Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar, who was one of the group's co-founders and played a key role in negotiations with the United States that led to the 2020 Doha Agreement, and Sirajuddin Haqqani, who leads the Haqqani Network, a powerful Taliban faction responsible for many high-profile attacks in Afghanistan. During their reign in the late 1990s, the Taliban became notorious for their treatment of women and girls, who were effectively barred from education and the workplace. The group also harbored al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden, who orchestrated the September 11, 2001 attacks on the United States. After the US-led invasion of Afghanistan in 2001, the Taliban was ousted from power and went into hiding, but the group has continued to wage an insurgency against the Afghan government and international forces in the country. The group has regained control of significant parts of the country in recent years, culminating in their takeover of Kabul and the collapse of the Afghan government in August 2021. The Taliban's leadership remains dominated by men, and their treatment of women and minorities remains a major concern for human rights organizations and the international community.